Okay, hello and welcome to part 3, I think. Yeah, part 3 of Stoneblock. We're just getting into it. We're going to start off, we're going to make a Philosopher's Stone, because we need to do that. Okay, we do have audio. It's just being weird, probably because of my ear. But anyway, we're going to need to make a chicken catcher and to do chicken things. So, I think I have feathers somewhere. I do. Good, good, good. And we can make ourselves a beautiful chicken catcher, because we need to do chicken things, and that is right here. We need to make a breeder. We're gonna need a bunch of seeds for this, so we're gonna need botany pots, which means I should probably start working on that, which means I need a bunch of terracotta and that, which is fine, because we got a bunch of clay, which is right over here, which is exactly what I wanted. Great. So we got you guys. We'll grab... I just need 2 stacks, and we're gonna smelt all this up, and then we'll take care of all of this. So, essentially, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the chicken stuff. So I need a bunch of seeds, and then I need to craft the craftable chickens, meaning cactus, bone meal, red, flint, soul sand, lapis, yellow ink, sand, log, and nether quartz. What I think I'm gonna do is start with the log chicken. We need 2. Do we need 2 of each? Do we need 2 of each is the real question, because I don't think we need 2 of each. I think what I can do is from the original chickens, meaning I think we just start off with red. Is there a way that I can get red dye easily? Red dye, what do I need for you? Crush those things. Beetroots. Do I have beetroot? Do I have beetroot? Did I grow those? I have beetroot seeds, right? Yeah, beetroot seeds. I guess we can start growing some beetroot, but I don't know exactly. You know what? I guess we'll start a row of beetroot right here, because we can. And you know what? We'll do another row right next to this one, because we can. And probably not a good idea, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I did make a couple of changes. So these guys are spinning max speed now. Got it going into a chute, which is going into the storage controller, which is going into these drawers. Then we also have this, which is being piped over from the diamond chest over here full of gravel, just in case I need a ton more of this stuff. So we've got all that. Then I've got this crafter, essentially just auto-crafting all of these into compressed versions, so that we have as much as we need. And I think from there, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to find a way. Should be able to do a bunch more here, because we can get logs, which is fine, and we can also get how do we get bone meal again? It's by putting dust here. So I guess I need to add another layer of stuff up here. We can also do is just, and that's why I added the chute here, is just so everything goes exactly where it needs to be. But you know, overall we got a ton of stuff now, which is good. Very happy. Not gonna put fluorite in there. Put the fluorite where it belongs, over here. And what we can take care of now is we can make better fuel. We don't really need fuel, but I do want to just grab a bunch of these guys, just so that, you know, we're getting a good, healthy amount of these bad boys started up. So, a ton of you guys, and now I need a bunch of chests, which is not too difficult, because chests aren't actually that hard to make, thankfully. Now, a bunch of iron, which is not too difficult to get, because we've got a ton of it already. Now all we gotta do is make a ton of hoppers, and now we can make a ton of hopper botany pots, which is great, because that's exactly what we need. And now all we need is more chests and more other stuff, so for now we're gonna leave all that in there, and we're gonna take some seeds, some potatoes, some carrots, and some other stuff. We're gonna do probably one beetroot, 1 melon, 1 pumpkin, and then the rest is seeds. I think that's what we're gonna do. But I also need chests for that. So we gotta grow some more wood. Which, can we put trees in the botany pots? I don't don't actually know if they have that in here, so I guess we're about to find out. Let's do this, and can we put a tree in there? We can. It counts as a seed, so we're definitely going to need to make a lot more botany pots so we can get our trees going as well. Because I think trees are the main thing that we're struggling with. Producing enough of at the moment is definitely just chests and other wood products. So let's... We gotta get our iron. I only need 2. We're gonna start with 2, and then 2, and then 12 glass, because for some reason diamond chests need more glass than they do diamonds, which is confusing to me. But whatever, it is what it is. It's not an issue, which means that we get to make them for even cheaper, which is perfectly fine by me. So I will definitely take it. But we're just gonna get you guys. Gonna get you for the diamond chests, and now everything will get chucked into there. So now we've got 2 diamond chests, and now we need some soil, which I guess the best soil. What would be the best? Is it in here? Crops. 9.95, 0.95. What is the best? Dirt path is really low. Horse dirt is 9.95. Grass is 1. Rooted dirt. Oddsel. Farmland seems to be the play. Or rich soil. Farmland, rich. So farmland is cheap, so we'll go probably farmland. Rich soil farmland goes kind of hard. How do we get farmland? Oh, we can't. Without silk touch. So I guess dirt will have to do, which is good that we've got as much dirt as we need over here. Which is perfect, because that's exactly what we need, is a bunch of dirt. And you know what, let's just use this spot. Why not? It's a nice little alcove. We can just make a tiny little space, just dig, and then we get you, and now we get sapling, dirt, sapling. And now we get trees to grow, and it's gonna take a while, but at least we'll eventually get a bunch of wood. And now we don't need to actually chop down trees to get the wood, which is great, because now I don't need to worry about having to actually harvest stuff. And we got a bunch of bone meal, redstone, and other stuff too, which is fine. I guess I'm gonna use all this in order to go and get some more beetroots, and then we'll be able to worry about everything else. But we gotta get all of our crops in order so that we can take care of everything else. So we can take care of the chickens, because the chickens are gonna be a whole thing. Chickens, if any of you guys in the audience, the viewers, have ever seen how the chickens mod works, it's a bit much. So this is gonna get a little bit interesting. Also, we don't need that many seeds. I only need 1 beetroot seed. I do need a bunch of beetroots, though. And what is the most efficient way to get a bunch of red dye? Crushing it, we get 2. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to end up getting a red chicken spawn egg from that. So, let's do it. Let's crush. What do I need? There's 21, so I need 20, right? It should be perfect. And we get an extra beetroot seed, which is fine, because we can just chuck that away, and that's not an issue. And now we just fill up all of this stuff, and then we'll get ourselves the chicken egg right now. Nice and easy. Oh, it just gives us the chicken. Just outright. That's perfect. Okay, great. Do I need the... So for the breeders and everything, this is the roosts and the breeders. I need a bunch of hay for. So next, we really do just need an insane amount of... So I think we make a little wheat area, which I guess will be right here, because why not? Just make, you know, nice little wheat alcove, because we can. And let's see how this goes, because this entire area is just going to be for wheat farming, I guess. I mean, no reason not to, but whatever. All this is gonna just, I'm gonna have to set this up. It's gonna take a little bit for me to get more botany pots, more chests and everything, but overall we should get a nice healthy amount of stuff. There we go. We can at least get it started now with a good healthy 7 or 6, because that's all the botany pots we have. But you know, 6 is plenty. Get you guys started, and now I need even more seeds because, of course, I do. Because we just need a ton of wheat, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not an issue. We just yoink a bunch of wheat and get all the seeds, and then we have everything we need, which is perfect. Because we're gonna need a lot of this stuff. So let's just get all these guys planted up, and then we'll be able to work on even more stuff after we get some more of the botany pots, because otherwise... Here we go. Now we get to plant all of the different beautiful fruits and vegetables that we've got cultivating over here. We've got the potatoes, we've got the carrots, and we got the beetroots over here. Then we've got all of everything else, all of the beautiful, beautiful wheat growing over here where it should be. And now we can get all of this wheat harvested. Just grab it all. And all the seeds and all everything. And with that, what we'll be able to do is we can directly craft wheat into seeds, which is beautiful. And now we've got enough stuff to feed at least a couple chickens. So we can get a lapis chicken, which is just blue dye, which is great because that way I just literally take, you know, a couple blocks of lapis lazuli. We take it, and then we get 20 lapis, which is fine. Then we just craft it into blue dye, and we get an egg, which is great. And now we got an egg, which is gonna come over here, and we can plop you down. And now we can just plop all of these bad boys in here and get ourselves a blue chicken. And then what we need to do now is we need to start breeding them. And for that we need a breeder, which is going to take some hay, which means that I need to grow some more hay, but we're also waiting for all of our wood to grow anyway. So it's going to take a little bit, but it didn't actually take that long. And now we just got to get enough wheat to make 3 hay bales, which we can hopefully do quite rapidly, which is good, because we've got plenty of this stuff. All I need is 27 wheat. Just need 1 more wheat. Come on, grow faster, please. Just a little bit faster. There we go. And now we've got our 27th wheat, which is perfect because now we can come over here. We get our hay bales, which is perfect. Make ourselves a breeder. I guess we'll just shove it in the wall for now. We're gonna probably make 2 breeders because any more than that's a little bit insane. And now we just gotta wait for the chickens to do the thing. Let's not watch them because that's weird. And what other chickens can we make? Because we've already made the lapis, we've made the red. Cactus green, we're gonna need cactus for, which, do I get cactus? I probably have cactus already, right? Like, how do I not have cactus? It's crooking, do I have a crook here? No, I have a couple crooks, and we just need to crook sand, so I guess let's get ourselves a cactus. Because why not? Let's do it. Why the heck not? There we go, let's get all of this stuff, and we thankfully will get plenty of cactus and plenty of other stuff that we do not need, which is great, because it's exactly what we want. Anyway, let's just get all you guys out of the way. I don't want to have to worry about that. Chuck the rest of the sand into... Actually, you know what? We should probably crook it as well, just so we can get enough cactus so that I don't have to grow cactus, because that's annoying. I don't want to grow cactus. I'm just gonna grow the things I'm already growing. We'll just, you know, we'll just do this. This works fine, right? Like it's not a big deal. It's not an issue. We just do this with all the sand, because exactly. And now we just crook it, and we crook it again, and we crook it again, and that's all of the sand and everything. We got 22 cactus, which is perfect. Because that's more than enough cactus, because we only need 20 cactus green. Now we've got the extra cactus, which we can smelt that up, and then we just do that. My people are being burned in the oven, yes I know, my fellow cacti. And you know what, we're just absolutely chilling. Let's get some more oak sapling, which I guess we'll just shove in there, because we don't really need to worry too much about them. But cactus green. We should probably check on the chicken. That's probably a good idea. Oh, okay. We've got a couple red chickens and I think we go 16 of each is the number that we really want, and maybe we'll get another one. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we get lucky, maybe we get really unlucky, but it's fine. It is what it is. Anyway, let's just get all the handy dandy green dye plopped around. We got another stick. Slowpoke 101 doesn't want me. Okay. Now we have Lone Tazar's Rod of Tester Beating. I am not Groot. Slowpoke doesn't want me. Tree of Impending Doom. Stick of Truth. And then the Holy Stick of Wood Divining. We got 2 of those. They're both empty though, so we can't use them, which is kind of lame, but it's fine. It's not a big deal, because we don't need to divine anything. They're wood divining sticks, so I mean, we already have infinite wood now, so it's not an issue. It's all good. It's not a problem. Anyway, let's just get all these guys, and we get our beautiful handy dandy cactus chicken. Perfect. Now we've got our cactus green chicken. What's another chicken we can make? The bone meal chicken? We need white dye for that, which is just bone meal. Which means that what I would need is take a stack of pressed sand. And that's the whole reason why we have this guy over here, is because then we can hammer it into dust, and then we can rinse it all off. And you know what? That's all that needs to happen over here. We don't need to go fast. It doesn't need to be an insane amount. Just nice and slow, and that's all that matters. And did we get any... Looking for a very specific, what's it, the purple chicken from these two? It's a 20% chance. So, 1 in 5. They've done 5 already. Maybe they'll get lucky here. Maybe. Who knows? But overall, it's fine. It's all good. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Although, if we want to go for netherite stuff, we do need to go to the nether, which is the outer ring. And I don't know how far that is, but I mean, we can find out, right? Exploration, the nether. 1,000 blocks away from spawn, which, I mean, this path does not even go out to 500, so that's gonna be, you know, all the way out, which is great, because that's just a little bit farther than I want it to be. But at least there's some dungeons we can check out. We should be able to do that. Can you guys just give me? We can chuck more chickens, and that should make it go faster. I think. I don't fully know, but it's all good. And I guess the next week we should probably just make another breeder. But how is the dust going? How is the dust collection going? We got a stack of dust. Okay, great. Perfect. I guess what I could do is I could hijack these guys and just dust them, but I don't know. I don't necessarily want to do that just yet. I kind of like it the way that it is. Anyway, we just wait, and then we get these guys, and then we should get. We just need, what is it, 20 bone meal? So it's not too big of a deal. It shouldn't be too long. We could go hunting. We've got a lot of stuff, so maybe we go hunt. You know what? Let's go hunting. We've got the divine sword, which is kind of lit. I did repair it, which is huge because repairing it's massive. But oh, hello, you have a bone. You dropped me bones as a zombie, which is hilarious to me. Hey, can you not explode? I said, hey, could you not explode? And you immediately exploded. So that was not very nice. I don't have any blocks. Hey, why did you walk too close, you dum-dum? Oh, hello, Enderman. I need your eyes, actually. Hey, stop this. Stop all of this stupidity from you. I can't hear you, you creepers. Because my ear got I got an ear infection, so I can't hear anything out of one ear, which means that I'm using one earbud. I got a ruptured eardrum from my ear infection, which is just so stupid. But it's all good, because now what we can do is we can just keep accumulating stuff, and I'm filling up a bunch of random chests with random stuff. And overall, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, we got more dust, so we can get more stuff. We can get more white dye because I need another chicken. And I think the cactus plus the white one is gonna actually give us the nickel chicken, which is cool because then we just produce nickel, which is great. Which is why I'm doing this before I go too far into making this whole system, because the chickens will turn all of this to being completely obsolete. Which is why I'd rather do this than work on that right now. Because we can get all the chickens, we can go kind of crazy, we can just have a good time, and we can just, you know, you know? Exactly. I'm glad you guys understand. Anyway, let's get ourselves another breeder. Because we're gonna need to start breeding these guys. We can get, oh, we got a purple one too, which is great, because 2 purple ones, which is great, because yeah, we got a bread chicken, which, you know, it's not like that kind of bread, but it's I mean, kind of close, I guess. I don't fully know. The hen houses are way worse than the roosts, because the roosts contain the chickens. The hen houses, then you have all these chickens that are gonna lag everything, which is gonna be super lame. 4, and we get 4 white dye, and chuck everything else in there. Now what we can do is we complete everything, and then we get our white chicken, bone meal chicken, and combine that with the cactus green, and now we're gonna end up getting a bunch of beautiful, handy-dandy little chickens, which is great, because that's exactly what we want. We want to get every single chicken, because there's diamond chickens. The diamond chicken breeds with the nether wart to get the ender pearl chicken, and emerald chicken, and uranium chicken. It goes crazy. It goes all the way up to, like, I think there's a netherite chicken. Yeah, netherite chicken is cobalt and gold. Cobalt is nether wart and gas tier, which is cocoa brown and glowstone, which is cactus green and red. So we're gonna have to breed a whole lot of chickens, but it should be pretty cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I think for now, we just gotta keep harvesting stuff. We gotta keep going. And maybe we start mining our tunnel out to the dungeons or whatever over there. Because I think this is going to take a long time. But it's fine, right? It's not a big deal. Oh yeah, the reason why we got the Philosopher's Stone. I want to make a backpack, but we need leather for a backpack. And the best way to get leather is going to be rotten flesh. But I'm actually realizing now that we can get the Wilden wings, which can just turn into leather, so we don't need that. So we don't actually need the Philosopher's Stone that I built. You know, it's fine, because it's not fine. I feel kind of stupid, but it is what it is, you know? Also, I'm thinking that we start making it stone slabs instead of whatever it is, and I'm also thinking that I'm going to claim a bunch of my chunks so that this stuff doesn't blow up and break everything, because that would suck. Things blew up. But what we can do at least now is only spiders will be able to get through, and these guys will all be just walking over here, and we can just do this. And now we can get the Wildens. Get more of the Wilden dudes. We can also get mystery box. We can get loot crates. We can do the Gamba. We can do even more Gamba. I love this. Okay, we've successfully won. I think I need to go farther away so that we can get more of these guys. But we've unlocked Gamba. Are mobs gonna spawn now that I've claimed the chunks? Because I don't know if that's how that works in this version, but if they don't spawn, we can always just unclaim them, and we can worry about that later. It looks like stuff spawns, it's just very slow, but that still means that they spawn, which is fine. But we also need white dye, which we get from bones, because bones turn into bone meal, which is great, because then we get white dye, and we can get a bunch of white dye, and then we get our backpack, which we need string for, which we just got from the Did I get string? I don't think I got string. Okay, I muted in time for, or I paused the video in time, or the recording, in time for me to sneeze, because holy, I'm very congested. Sorry about that, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna chuck this, okay, wrong thing, we're gonna chuck that in there, and that's gonna turn it into string. So now we get string, which is great, because we need string for backpacks, and now we can make ourselves a backpack. We just need a chest, which is fine, because chests, I've got wood now, which is good, because we got wood, and now we've got a chest, and now we can chuck a thing there, and now I just need a backpack. Okay, what else is bagged to? B. It doesn't work for opening my backpack, so I'll open in hand to set up. I have to do that first, and then how do I upgrade it? With yellow dye or sulfur dust. Sulfur dust is crushing sulfur, so thankfully we can do that, because yellow dye would be kind of difficult, but sulfur, not a big deal. Neither is gold, because gold is like free. So let's just grab ourselves 2 pieces of sulfur, and then what's the tier? Rare is diamonds and blue dye, which blue dye is not hard to get. Track the white dye in there. And now let's get ourselves our sulfur dust, and then we'll be able to you know, kind of go crazy. Let's get it. Come on, give me my sulfur dust. And now what we gotta do, I need diamonds too, though, because otherwise we're gonna look like a fool. 2 diamond. And I need chests, which is fine, because chests aren't a big deal. We get our uncommon backpack, and then we can get our rare backpack, and then what's the next one? Epic. I need a nether star for that, which we're, I mean, I could take on that dude, but I don't really want to do that just yet. So we're just gonna chuck all this stuff in here, and now we don't need to worry about that. We got a backpack, and we can start kind of just grinding for even more chickens. We can go for even more other stuff too. Just keep going and getting a ton of wheat, a ton of seeds. We can mine out until we get to somewhere, and next episode we'll do something fun, I guess, because why not? So yeah, that's gonna end this one. GG's, peace, have a great day. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.